I spaz, I'm grinning. Pull a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 187 of Psychotic and Iconic. Policy, you're along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream tonight. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Big announcement. We are finally getting merch back. We should have it within the next month. We're just waiting on a few things. Hopefully, when it comes out, the website will be finished. But everybody's going to be able to start getting all of our shit that we wear. It's coming within the next month, hopefully.
And it's fire.
Yeah.
We got a brand new edition that we're going to reveal, and you want to know what it is. You're going to want to cop it. All right? I know Christmas is passing and shit like that, but all the money that you get for Christmas, you might want to pocket that for some P&I gear. Trust me.
It's coming.
It's heat.
It's coming. All right, let's get into it. Bullshit at Bartle Christmas edition. Start off, do you have any Christmas morning traditions?
No, I don't. I actually don't. I don't. I actually just wake up and I just kind of, I used to live with my parents, so my sisters. So I would get up with them.
Bowl or cone?
Cone.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I agree.
For sure. But I don't really have a tradition, man. I don't know. I Christmas morning is just a regular morning to me now. I guess because I don't have kids, so I don't have a routine yet. Yeah. So I think my situation is a little bit different than yours.
Yeah. So Christmas morning now, we wake up, we get the kids now. It'll be our first one with Christian. We go downstairs, we open up all the gifts, and then we normally just have like a big breakfast or something like that, and then we get ready for the day. But I mean, Christmas definitely, because like for a long stretch up until Gianni was born, like as I got older, I kind of really started to love Thanksgiving. Because it was football all day. It was just a bunch of food. Yeah. My actual favorite holiday is Christmas Eve.
Interesting.
So like I know Christmas Day, but like I prefer Christmas Eve. My mom makes 7 fish. There's all this food. Surrounded by my family and shit. So burning heavy. Yeah,
mine's definitely Thanksgiving, dude. It changed over the years. Obviously, as we get older, like Christmas kind of phased out, but Christmas was heat. Like when we were kids, it was fire.
It's a lot more.
We used to get new jerseys, new games, new game systems, new shoes, whatever, new clothes. Like we had it all when we were kids. We were lucky, man. We got lucky.
I know.
Shout out to our parents, man. They provided that for us.
I know.
That ain't easy, yo.
Mama Paul's.
As an adult now, looking back at their situation, I'm like, yo, that shit costs a lot of money, dude. Like, yo, I salute that now. Like more than ever. I appreciate it a lot more than I realized.
I will say me and Allie actually have a lot of fun. A tradition that we've had over the last 4 years is that like on Christmas Eve, after we have dinner, we get home, we put the kids to bed, then we wrap all the gifts. So that's what we kind of do too. Just like, we spend time together, do that. We laugh and we just kind of like, holy shit, we've had Christmas together since we're 17 and we're 32 now, which is wild.
So this is your 15th Christmas.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. That's longevity right there. That's like P&I status.
Nah, it's too fucking long.
Nah, that's crazy. that's your sidekick, man.
I know. That's
for
funny.
Sure.
That's my honey.
But Alyssa and I, my fiance and I, are starting a new tradition this year. Every year, Christmas morning, we will be making cinnamon buns.
Oh, save me one.
Like I need it, but I'm okay with it.
Are they gluten free?
No, absolutely not. It's the original.
You got to have gluten.
It's the original, bro.
All right, so before we get into our football talk, last thing, give me your top 3 Christmas movies.
All right, I'm gonna start at number 3. Number 3 is Home Alone. Number 2 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and number 1 is the Grinch.
You're wild.
Jim
Home
Carrey.
Alone at number 3.
Number 3.
So
I could talk about it. Let's chat. What's yours?
Number 3, I have Jack Frost.
Okay.
Number 2, I have Home Alone. And number 1, I have the Santa Claus.
Okay. All right. Yours is a little bit more cheesy.
Yo, we spoke about this before, but I think you guys are forgetting Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way is good.
Yeah,
Jingle All the Way is good.
All right. That is.
But I love the Santa Claus. Like I think that's the Santa Claus is great.
3B for me. I mean, look, Home Alone's a classic. You can't go wrong with it. I understand it.
The Grinch
I get
is
it.
not better than Santa
But The
Claus.
Grinch is a certified classic, bro.
It
is one of the
is.
best movies I've ever seen. If you look at the acting that Jim Carrey did, it is absolutely insanely accurate. When you picture The Grinch and you watch that movie, you can't tell me you sit back and be like, bro, he nailed that. It's the best movie. It's the best Christmas movie of all time. The Grinch. Jim Carrey smoked that shit. Absolutely caught a body.
Macaulay Culkin didn't.
I'm not saying he
Tim
didn't.
Allen didn't.
I'm not saying he didn't. But The Grinch has a little bit more flavor. It has like funniness. It's like you could see Jim Carrey's personality into The Grinch. It's flawless execution is what I call it. All right, I call it flawless execution. And I just watched it before we went live. That movie is, oh my God, it's a heat rock.
So I'll say this: all Christmas movies, like because we didn't even mention Elf. We didn't mention Jingle All the Way, as he said. Like, I just feel like all those Christmas movies, they're just all great.
Yeah, but The Grinch, every time it comes on, man, I gotta watch it. I have to watch it.
I do like The Grinch.
It's my shit. It's my shit.
Yeah.
I you can argue with yourself about it. I don't care. The Grinch is the best movie ever. The acting in that is insane, bro. It's crazy. He smoked that shit, dude. Like, yo. When you picture The Grinch, bro, and you watch that movie, I'm telling you.
No, I love The Grinch. I think Jim Carrey was awesome. It's one of my favorite. My favorite Jim Carrey movie has to be Liar Liar.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
but Liar Liar's
or Dumb and Dumber.
No, Ace Ventura.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber
they're
is
all
up
good.
there.
But like Liar Liar is a full out classic.
Yo, Jim Carrey, man, he's a GOAT.
I love Jim.
For sure, GOAT.
I love Jim Carrey. You know who I don't love? The Thursday night game, Saints at Rams. They're trash. Rams are -4.5. Who do you think has been the bigger surprise? The Rams' success or Derek Carr's I don't know what to call it. Poor performance.
I'm gonna go with the Rams as a team because I feel like I had the Rams winning like 4 or 5 games this year, and I thought they were going to be doo-doo. I thought they were going to completely implode. They have completely changed the script for me. Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, two guys nobody knew in the offseason really just completely took over the season. They have been so good for their offense. And then you have Cooper Kupp, who had an injury to start the season, but Puka stepped in, played phenomenal. And then you get Cooper Kupp back. He's still Cooper Kupp. He just needs to get his legs a little bit under him. And then now he's taken off. He's back to being form. And this team is a really scary team, man. They're a scary 7.
As Ryan would say, they're a scary 7.
As Ryan would say, they are a scary 7. So as a Ram as a team, for me, are the bigger surprise.
For me, it's been Derek Carr. So I think the Rams are like kind of surprising because like I feel like with Matt Stafford's injury last year and how bad they were, people kind of like wrote them off.
Mm-hmm.
But Matt Stafford, Sean McVay is an awesome coach.
They didn't write back though.
Yeah, and he's an awesome coach. He's a top 5 coach in the league. So that's all fine, well, and good. But what Derek Carr has done this year has been like actually terrible.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, are we surprised about it though?
I mean, bro,
and that's the thing that gets me. It's like I'm not really surprised about the overall performance, about where they are as a team. Like where the Saints are is kind of where I seen them this year anyway. 500 team. They're going to be fighting for the division in the end.
They ain't winning that division.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised to be quite frank with you.
I just like, bro.
The Rams are surprising.
But when he was going there, everyone was predicting them to win that division.
Sure. I mean, they were the
favorite.
favorites.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. And then, some people were saying like, oh, the Falcons could be like a dark horse team if Desmond Ridder could be something, which he turned out to be trash. And
yeah,
Arthur Smith has no idea how to use Bijan Robinson, which is a whole different level of stupidity.
It's a whole other argument for another day.
Yeah, but I just feel like with Derek Carr, man, he's been so disappointing. And this was his final shot. He's a backup moving forward.
Oh, for sure.
He's a backup. Like when somebody in his division, Baker, who got a final chance, seized it and way exceeded expectations.
He's not done though. I don't think he's done in the NFL in terms of getting another job because I mean, look at Baker, like you said. I mean,
but
I think
Carr's a backup and nobody giving him a starting job
unless something falls his way. I mean, that's what we thought about Baker, and look at him. He's thriving. That's
Well,
what we talked about.
the Bucks open up.
Look at Geno. I mean, like he's thriving in year 9, right? Year 10. And it's like, you just never know what can happen. I know Derek Carr has been in the game for quite some time. He's been there for about a decade, I think, or more. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not really like shocked about this, to be honest with you, man. Like, I'm just not. The Rams are really good, though.
What do you, yeah, they are. And like I said, if the Eagles have to see them in the first round, I'm not excited.
Because you know what's crazy about the Rams is that if they beat the Ravens 2 weeks ago, and then they won again this past week, which they did, people will be looking at the Rams in a different way.
Yeah.
But the way they lost to the Ravens can actually be kind of galvanizing for the team, because the way they lost was they went into overtime with one of the best teams in the league.
I know.
You know what I mean? So to do that is like, you got to salute that. Dude, they were in a dogfight, and they actually should have won the game. So,
I needed them to win the game.
So you know what? That could be a galvanizing moment for the Rams and give them more confidence. So that's a team that I'm looking at kind of like with a microscope and really seeing if they can go on a run, because I actually think they have the pieces to do it.
Brandon Staley finally got fired after the Chargers got blown out 63-21 to the Raiders. How is that even possible? But I mean, this was long overdue. They should have fired him, like I said, 3 years ago.
Oh, for sure.
He's garbage.
For sure. I said this last week, man. We like, this is the reason why they have been so bad. Like, he's a defensive coach, and their defense is like bottom of the league in pass defense. And it's like, it's a passing league, bro. You got to catch up with the times. If your defense is that bad and you're a defensive coach and you're the head coach, I mean, how do I believe in your scheme if what you are a expert in is getting exposed?
Is the worst part of your team.
That's what I'm saying. So like, how can I buy into what you're selling me? That's the thing that, that I seen unfolding. And unfortunately, we were talking about it when they were getting blown out. It was like 42-0 a half. And I was like, bro, there is no way in hell this guy is getting back on the plane back to Los Angeles with the team. There ain't no way.
That was so embarrassing.
42-0 to the Raiders?
That's embarrassing.
With Aiden O'Connell?
I was just about to say that. Aiden O'Connell did that to you. He put 63 on you.
Come on. And then, what's fucking crazy, too, is they treat this Austin Eckler dude like he's a bum, dude. Like, dude, they got him in and out of the lineup like he can't do anything. Like,
he's been some shit this year. But
I know, but how can you get in a rhythm when you're getting like a third of your carries, or actually more than a third, about 40, 50% of your carries getting split? You can't get into a rhythm. He's not that kind of back. Their system is a little weird. I thought Kellen Moore would have used him in a lot of different ways that would actually help this Chargers team, because if you have Austin Eckler catching passes and you got Keenan Allen performing the way he was, this offense should be lights out.
Do you think he goes back to the Chargers? Because he's a free agent. I don't think they'd tag him.
Who?
The Chargers, Austin Eckler.
Oh, absolutely not. He's gone.
Where do you think he goes?
That's tough, man. It's going to be
I just started out off my head.
It's going to be a team that, that passes the ball through the air, that does a lot of screen plays, that gets their backs involved in the passing game. Who that team is, I don't know right now, man. I got to be honest with you. I think Miami Dolphins could be a good team for them.
I know.
The problem is they got too many mouths to feed, and they got Mostert coming off a big year. But Mostert could want more money. That could cause some issues. He might be gone. You don't know. I don't know. You honestly don't know.
Maybe
but
the Commanders.
Austin Eckler with the Dolphins would be excellent, though. For sure.
It would be wild.
Yeah.
It would be wild. Who do you think they hire for the next head coach?
I know there's a lot of smoke about Bill Belichick.
That's a good one, Tom. The Vikings. But that's a great team for him to go. The Vikings.
Yeah, it is a good team.
That's really good. Because Madison stinks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good spot for them.
If Jefferson can get the contract situation down, they have Addison, Hawkinson, and Eckler. I mean, I would sign Kirk back then, no doubt about it. But yeah, as their next head coach, the easy is Belichick, right?
I actually would go to college and get Jim Harbaugh.
You think he would fix the situation?
I do, because I think Jim Harbaugh is an awesome coach, and I saw him turn around the 49ers. And my thing is Colin Kaepernick and Justin Herbert are similar style quarterbacks. Now, Colin Kaepernick was more of a runner, but Justin Herbert can run. And I just feel like they're the same prototype, the same build.
Yeah.
And I mean, Justin Herbert seems to be better as a pocket passer. Well, he is better as a pocket passer, but I just feel like if you put Jim Harbaugh there, he commands respect. And I'm a big fan of him. And I think I know he can succeed in the NFL. We've seen it.
What about Dan Quinn? Defensive mind kind of dude, could bring that defensive presence there. I think that's what they need. I think if Kellen Moore could stay and take control of the offense, he's kind of like a quote unquote head coach as it is, because he's a candidate, correct? So if they can convince him
but they didn't even make him. They didn't even make him the interim.
He declined it apparently because he didn't want to look bad for his head coaching potential in the offseason. That was reported.
Oh shit!
Which is smart as shit.
He's got a brain.
He's actually smart as hell. Absolutely smart, because I'm not taking over a team that just got waxed 42-0 at halftime to the Raiders and lost and gave up 63 points to the Raiders. I'm not doing that. So yeah, I'm good. I'll bypass that because I'm trying to put out a good product for myself, and my resume right now looks good because of what my offensives have produced in the past couple of years. So why would I put myself in jeopardy and give myself a little smidge on my resume as a quote unquote interim head coach? I'm good on that.
Yeah,
Smart
I mean,
shit.
but I think people would take it with a grain of salt. I mean, the quarterback is Easton Stick, right? Is that his name? Or something. Easton something, or maybe it's something Easton. I forget. But I don't know, man. Like the Chargers for me, like it's just something weird going on there. I feel like they need a coach who commands respect of the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like a hard-nosed coach. That's what I feel like that team needs. I really do. Because I feel like with Brandon Staley, he just looked like a pushover. He was all into the analytic stuff, taking the risk. And I get it. But again, we've talked about it before with risk and reward. Like you can't, like there are times to take risks and there's times to just settle and take the field goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
so
I get it.
I just feel like when I watch the Chargers, I'm like, man, they're doing Herbert a disservice.
Oh, absolutely they are. I've been saying it like he's talented. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I still believe in the kid. I'm not going to give up on him. I know they paid him. I know he's been disappointing in terms of the success that he's had, but I have to give him a little bit of a pass.
You could cut him. You could cut him some slack
because his head coach is pretty incompetent. All right.
The only thing I push back on that is that it's Kellen Moore calling it, but but my issue, like what I was talking about with Herbert, the only thing where I was getting on him this year, and I'm like, all right, like we're starting to overrate him. And I was saying that because like, I feel like he's widely regarded in that top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, all right, well, you have a losing record. You have this, you have that. I know your head coach stinks, but you have a good offensive coordinator. Your red zone offense was good this year. And it was like, then Mike Williams got hurt. Eckler was hurt. Keenan was healthy. He just got hurt, but Keenan was healthy. So it's just like it's kind of hard to predict because like I'm not going to sit there and say he's trash. I don't think he's trash.
No.
I just don't think he's in that elite category yet.
No, I never.
And I feel like if Jim Harbaugh goes there and gives him the system that Colin Kaepernick had, like I just feel like when I look at those two quarterbacks, I'm like, these are the same players, except I think Justin has more natural ability because he's a better passer. And I'm like, that would be a perfect fit for him. And then you would really see like what is he?
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that Harbaugh would kind of change the entire franchise off the rip, though. Like that's where I'm like, I don't know, because commanding a college locker room versus commanding an NFL locker room are two different aspects.
Well, he commanded the Niners.
He did. That's
and the
true.
Niners are like, they're a storied
true.
franchise. It's not like and here's the thing too with him, he had Alex Smith. And he made the call when Alex Smith got that concussion he put in Kaepernick,
mm-hmm.
and he stuck with Kaepernick and went to the Super Bowl. So it's like, I feel like he has that respect. It just, things got bad at the end, but I forget who his quarterback was.
But the shit that went down in college this year with the cheating shit, that could lose a lot of people's respect too, though.
I mean, maybe
to a degree. I don't know.
Look,
I don't know how impactful that will be.
I can't speak that much on it because I don't really know too much about it. But by the same token, like it didn't really seem to affect Josh McDaniels or Bill Belichick. Like nobody really talks about it anymore. Like if you're having a serious conversation and you're talking about like a Brady debate or something like that, like I'll even say it, like, why doesn't that really get brought up anymore? Well, and it's just because it's old.
Well, Bill was able to get away with it because of his quarterback.
Yeah.
And
then it was
truthfully.
Then it was the deflate gate shit where he kind of just passed the buck to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's fighting the Supreme Court and stuff like that.
Because I look at it like this, right? If Bill Belichick was a bad coach, that Patriots team that got caught cheating, right? they wouldn't have been as good as they were, right? If Brady wasn't as good as he was, Bill Belichick would have been exposed a long time ago. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you there.
Because if you had any other quarterback in that situation, right, outside of the greats, and he had a mediocre quarterback, I think the following year after getting exposed for cheating, I feel like he would have got exposed a little bit more.
Yeah, because
the quarterback rallied the team. He had that chip on his shoulder because he felt like everybody was taking away his credit, and he's like, "Fuck that! Like I actually did that shit." You know what I mean? So he went out to make a point, and he was one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
I probably wouldn't have cared too much about the Spygate if it wasn't the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Sure. Like that sucks, but
the thing is, we'll never know the extent of it, and that's the thing is like we will never know
unless they do like a 30 for 30 with Belichick.
It's coming. Somebody knows something.
I know. I just feel like it has we have to get to the depths of that story.
Yeah.
But all right, week 15 review. Eagles get stunned by the Seahawks 20-17. Jalen Hurts presser was really weird. He was making the comments about not being committed enough. AJ Brown's fighting with a random fan on Twitter.
It's bad. Down bad.
Yeah. Talk to me about it.
It's down bad. Committed. I don't know what he's talking about. Committed. He should be committed to committing less turnovers. He has double the turnovers as he has last year,
and we still got 3 games.
Doubled, and we still have 3 games left. Right. So that's a problem. So I don't know what he's talking about being committed. He's not committed to throwing the fucking football because he's holding the ball too long, and after the first read, he gets out of the pocket. He buys time. As soon as he doesn't find anybody, he runs immediately, gets 2 yards because the defense already reacted. It's a mess. It's a mess. They have become so predictable. It's down bad in Philly right now. I'm sorry. They have looked like a different team from the last month. And that's not good because around this time is when you want to be playing your best ball. And realistically, they're not.
So my thing is with the Eagles is I'm more worried about the offense than the defense. And because here's the thing, if your defense is, mid, that's okay because the Eagles generally I would be able to say we can go outscore you, but we can't outscore you. We've been averaging 16 points over the last 3 weeks. And when you sit and I was talking, and I noticed this in the beginning because I had Goddard in fantasy and I'm like, they're not even looking his way. He was being used as a blocker and a decoy. Mm-hmm. So then I'm looking and I'm like, there's no creativity in the offense. The Eagles offense looks like the way I thought the Cowboys would when Mike McCarthy took over.
Yep.
The way Mike McCarthy was talking, and we were saying in the beginning, there's no creativity. Brandon Cooks had 3 catches over the first 5 weeks. So when I look at the Eagles, it's like, okay, you brought in Matt Patricia. The Eagles defense didn't play that bad.
I thought they were competent.
They looked better than they did the week before. But that's what I'm saying. The Eagles defense looked okay.
For sure.
And I get it. You gave up 20 points to Drew Lock. I understand that. But not for nothing. Drew Lock played well.
But that's a game we should win.
Absolutely. There is no excuse to lose to the Seahawks in that spot because if you win that game, you all but win the division.
Oh, for sure.
So
Dallas lost.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say do I think the Eagles are having a really rough stretch? I do. Do I think that the Eagles are ass? I don't. I think there is a common ground there. They're 10-4. They lost 3 in a row. It happens. And look, I'm just saying, you got blown out by the Niners, you got blown out by Dallas, and then you lost a close one to Seattle. And it's I just feel like with the Eagles right now, it's just find your footing and get yourself together. Mm-hmm. If they drop one of the next 3, then it's all right, something's going on. I agree, but I just feel like you can't, I'm not panicking like that yet.
So on topic, I talked to the Godfather during my lunch break today. Shout out to the Godfather. He said,
oh, wait a minute.
Hold on.
My bad.
Hold on. Listen. He said that he's starting to remind him of Carson Wentz.
Nah.
He said he's not there yet, but he's starting to remind him of Carson Wentz a little bit with the turnovers and shit like that. And the boneheaded plays, holding on to the ball too long and all that shit. He's getting flashbacks, he's telling me. What's your thoughts on that?
With all due respect, I think it's lunacy.
Why though?
Because Josh Allen has done this every year of his career, and nobody calls Josh Allen Carson Wentz. And Jalen Hurts has been more successful than Josh Allen in a shorter amount of time.
He's been his team has been more successful, yes.
Yeah.
statistically, Josh Allen blows him out of the water.
Of course, but I don't care about statistics like that.
No, I know, but that's why people don't get on Josh Allen. I know because he's been to a playoff game. He can get to the playoffs. That's not the question. It's can he do it?
Yeah.
But when the guy's putting up 40 touchdowns a year, nobody's going to question him as much as they're going to question Jalen Hurts when he's putting up statistics like he is this year.
Yeah, and
coming off a year that he did last year, which is he set the bar high. I mean, look, he had a great year.
When you go,
but at the same time, he actually regressed majorly this year.
He's totally regressed. And I will say the Seahawks loss was on him. Kenny Gainwell was wide open, although it was there.
Sure.
It was also pass interference on Quez Watkins on that deep ball.
It was.
So like those things do happen. But aside from the turnovers, his passing statistics are similar to Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson's in the MVP conversation.
Which I agree with. Yeah, absolutely.
So when you look at them, you have to take things into account. One thing, the reason I don't agree with the Carson Wentz comparison is because they're two totally different personalities. Jalen's respected in the locker room. Carson isn't. As far as like the regression in the reads and stuff, yeah, I do see that where I'm just like, all right, man, why aren't you taking the little shit? And we talked about this before where I said he looks so timid when he's running. And it's like, okay, is your knee hurt? Okay, that's fine. Maybe sit out 2 weeks and get yourself together. Sit out the week before or after the bye.
Yeah.
Get yourself together, but you need your legs. Now, he looked great on the opening drive against Seattle, but now
what happened? What happened after that?
But I'm saying too, I'm wondering like schematically, he had 3 or 4 targets on the first drive. He never had one again.
Great point.
Devontae Smith is Devontae Smith is getting nothing. Devontae Smith is a star.
He looks like a regular wide receiver.
He looks like he looks like Deontay Johnson.
He looks like Quez Watkins.
And I didn't mean that with Deontay Johnson. I meant you are a star wideout, but you're not getting any looks because your quarterback isn't doing it. And then it's like, I think he's feeding the ball to AJ Brown? Yes. I mean, forcing it. Yes and no. But when you have a player of his caliber, he needs to be force fed. However, you need to capitalize with Devontae Smith, with Dallas Goedert, run the ball with DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
So I don't like, I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not like in a full blown panic. I'm like a 4 to a 5 on a scale of 10 where I'm just kind of looking at him a little sideways.
I think last week you were at a 4.
Yeah. And I would go up a notch to a 5.
You're a 5 after this loss?
Yeah, I would go up a little bit because I'm just like
one little tick. You got to be a little bit concerned though. And you have to be.
But my thing is I just feel like the Eagles are good enough to turn it around.
Yeah, but all season long, they haven't really shown us that they could.
But they're a good team.
Because even when we won, we never really dominated. We just won. You know what I mean? We won a lot of close games. Now people are calling us the Vikings of last year.
Yeah, but I think that stuff is stupid, and I can make the comparisons all day long, even in regards just staying in the NFC East with the Cowboys, because I feel like the Eagles are being compared to the Cowboys right now, and I feel like people think that the Cowboys are light years better, and I don't think that. Are they playing better right now? Yes, but we have been
after this weekend. You can kind of beg the differ,
and we're going to get there. Yeah. But my point is like you'll have the same people that are telling me the Eagles stink. And then when I ask you if Dallas has beaten anybody good, it's like, well, they beat the Eagles. And it's like, well, it doesn't work both ways. If they beat the Eagles and the Eagles stink, they still can't beat good teams.
Right.
So I just feel like with the Eagles, it's like, chill out. I believe in Jalen Hurts, the leader. I believe in the coach. I believe things will get together.
I do too. I think there's a lot of shit going on in that locker room. When you're talking about committed and all this bullshit, there is something else brewing. There is. And I got to be honest with you, man. Do you think AJ Brown is starting to become a problem? Because I'm starting to like look at everything and I'm like, something's not fitting right like it was last year. I feel like last year, everybody loved each other. They got along. Yes, because they were successful. But when shit hits the fan, I feel like that love is kind of fake.
They're tense.
You can kind of see the fakeness, the bullshit. They're kind of like, they're kind of pointing fingers and saying, oh yeah, this, they're not committed enough. My teammates aren't committed. Like,
I want to know what he means.
What the
by
fuck
that.
does that mean?
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like
I'm actually more worried about that comment than anything. That comment has me most worried because I'm looking and I'm like,
but
I don't understand that.
But listen, that comment mixed with AJ Brown's emotions and what he's been doing and all the sideline shit, like you can kind of see some little tensions going on, and there is something going on. There has to be, because the Eagles were performing at a high level. They were winning games, and now all of a sudden they went on a 3-game skid, and they look like a completely different team. I know they had a bad spot against Seattle. I'm not gonna say that the spot was great for them. It was a bad spot. Seattle had to win. I get it. But at the same time, it's like you came out, you got an opening drive touchdown, you set the tone, and you let Drew Lock hanging the game, and he beat you in the last drive on 92 yards. And it's like, all right, you want to pin that on the defense. I get it. Bradbury had a shit game. I get it.
That loss was on Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely. It was on Jalen Hurts, and it was on the offense as a whole. I mean, Jason Kelsey moving the football a half a yard and got a fucking false start on 4th and 1 at the goal line. You know they're going to do the tush push. You know what's going to be a touchdown. So then you go back 5 yards, and what happens? You know what I mean? It changes the whole game. It changes the whole magnitude. It's the whole momentum. You're on the road. Those points are crucial on the road, and they're going to find out in the playoffs too, because those scenarios are going to happen in the playoffs. And when you play against good teams, those things can't happen because bad things are going to happen to your team, and you're going to lose.
It's undisciplined.
It's undisciplined.
I just like, for me, when I look at it, man, I just like everybody, like, all right, chill out.
Look, I get it.
That's the way
they're 10-4. There's nothing to look. If you told me the Eagles are going to be 10-4 by week 15, I'd be like, all right, that's pretty good. I'm not mad about it. But it's the way they're losing that you have to look at it a little sideways. Because I think a lot of people think the Eagles are fraudulent. I don't necessarily believe that. But what they put on tape the last 3 weeks, it's kind of hard to argue.
You know what's wild? When we come back and beat the Chiefs and we beat the Bills and we beat the Cowboys the first time, you were lucky. You have a 3-game lead. You're not good. You have a 3-game losing streak. See, I told you were trash. You just can't win.
No, it's inconsistent. Absolutely.
You can't win with Eagles haters. And that's why it's just like, I don't even get into it anymore, because it's like, all right, look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I believe. This is what I'm watching. And again, like if we were to line up and play any team, I would feel confident, because I'm like, all right, we can get it together.
Yeah.
I've seen us operate at a high level on the highest stage.
But the difference was the first drive, everybody got involved. Goddard got catches. A.J. Brown got a catch. Devontae Smith got a catch. Gainwell was running great. Swift got carries. Jalen Hurts ran it on the first play of the game. Like, the Eagles did set the tone to come out this game. They got everybody involved. They weren't predictable. They had Seattle guessing on the first drive. And then Seattle made adjustments, and the Eagles did it.
Yeah.
The Eagles just flat out didn't. They became, too predictable. Christian McCaffrey's calling out what we're going to do on television.
Wild.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's actually it's a terrible look. You're a 10-4 team. You have somebody looking at your plays like, oh, I know what they're doing. Now they're like, oh, everybody knows now. So now you got to switch up the scheme. Now you got to figure out how I could become a little bit more disguised. Yeah. Like, you got to switch it up. You can't do the same shit. The NFL is too smart. They're going to catch up to you eventually, bro. Like, that's but that's what makes the great coordinators still great, because they're still successful year in and year out. Their scheme is still the same, but they always switch some shit up because they know what's on tape. They know everybody's studying what they're doing on the offseason. So they're going to switch things up. They're going to switch up their cadences. They're going to do all that shit. But that's what makes great coordinators great. It's not Brian Johnson. What the fuck is he? You can't, bro. I'm sorry, dog, but when you have a roster like this, ain't no way you're putting up this performance.
You're too good.
I'm sorry. You got too much firepower on this offense to be doing this.
The Eagles are still going to the NFC Championship game. We're going to be at home all the way until the NFC Championship.
I'm worried about that though. But the Eagles have to win 2 playoff games, and do you feel comfortable about that?
Yeah, I feel if anybody has to come to the Link, it's severe. It's home field advantage. Dallas is going to be on the road. Dallas can't win on the road.
Well, here's the thing. It's not guaranteed that we win division. Although I do think we do.
We're winning the division.
We're going to win because of our schedule. It just favors us. Dallas has got a tough schedule, I would say, the rest of the way, and we have a pretty.
And nobody's talking about that, but we will. But so let's talk about Dallas.
But we ain't losing no time to Cutlets, dog.
They got that can't happen.
That would be crazy.
Bills blew out the Cowboys 31-3. You could say 31-10, but it was garbage time. It was 31-3.
Yeah.
They got smacked. Should the AFC be afraid of the Bills?
Yeah, they're surging. They're absolutely surging. But to be afraid of them, I'm not going to say yes, because Josh Allen is still capable of turning the ball over. The playoffs haven't hit yet, so yeah. I mean, you could look at them and you could respect them, but you don't got to be afraid of them. I think they're a good team that had a bad start to the season, a lot of shit going on, and maybe they caught fire. They fired their offensive coordinator, and then ever since they've been surging. So I don't think they should be afraid of them, but I think they're going to be respected moving forward.
I think they should be afraid of them, to be honest, because I don't think there's a dominant team in the AFC.
I agree with that.
There's not a clear-cut dominant team. There's just a bunch of good teams. and the Jaguars stink. So that's just one that you could eliminate right off the rip. It's the Chiefs, you got the Ravens, and then it's the Dolphins. But if you line up the Dolphins and the Bills in a playoff game, I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah.
And that's just, it is what it is. So I just feel like if
Did you say the Browns?
And the Browns, but like, how much can they really scare you? I know.
They're 9-5,
which is unbelievable.
9-5.
They should just cut Deshaun Watson.
It's like my full-time job, 9-5.
Sickening. But I just feel like if they come in as a 7th seed and you have a 2nd seed that's like Kansas City or something like that, best of luck. Best of luck.
Yeah,
because nobody's really blowing you out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Bills are. I mean, look, I think their schedule is actually pretty favorable too.
They play the Chargers, the Patriots, and the Dolphins.
Yeah, so if they go 2-1, they're definitely getting in.
What's the Dolphins schedule? Because that Dolphins game at the end of the year could be for the division.
The Dolphins, I think it will be, because the Dolphins play the Cowboys, the Ravens, and then they play the Bills. So the Dolphins got a tough sledding too. I mean, look, is it guaranteed that is it guaranteed the Dolphins make the playoffs? I'll tell you what,
Cowboys are going to Cowboys and Dolphins are going to give each other's best shot.
Cowboys, oh yeah,
that's going to be a good game, because that game is major for both of those teams
for sure. Just based on scheduling alone from here on out. It's going to be a really good game. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's game of the week.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, no, the Niners and the Ravens are.
That's on Sunday night.
Yeah, that will be
Christmas
my
Eve
second
night. That's
game.
awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
I forgot Christmas Eve is Sunday. That's awesome.
There's games on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and tomorrow.
Yeah, I love Saturday in the NFL.
Yeah, I love it too.
Dude. I love it.
I know.
I wish it was all the time.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
What do you think the Cowboys are the biggest frauds in the league?
I don't think they're the biggest frauds in the league. I think they are potential frauds, though. It's too late. It's too late in the season to get blown out like this, though. Like, this is a too piss poor performance to get blown out like that. I understand.
I did not expect it.
I did not expect, but we did say that point spread did look weird. We did say that the 2.5 was weird, because I was like, well, Buffalo had no business of being favorites because of the way Dallas has been playing.
It reminded me of the Niners Eagles.
And I was looking at the line, I'm like, all right, something's weird here. Vegas knows something. And they were right. And something. Because their line was only 2.5, but it was a sucker bet.
And what's crazy is Josh Allen didn't even play that good.
He had to complete.
I think it was 7 of 15.
Yeah,
for like 94 yards or 84 yards. He put up Carson Wentz numbers.
Yeah. Did you see the thing on what the Bills posted in their locker room about Josh Allen getting the game ball?
No,
I kind of laughed at it, because I was like, "What? The game ball?
He got the game ball?
Yeah, they gave him the game ball, but
not having a turnover.
But no, yeah, that's probably right.
I'm being dead ass serious.
I don't know. But they gave him the game ball. But then I think afterwards he actually gave it to James Cook. He spoke, you know what I mean, like as a leader. I salute that. But I laughed at that, because like he actually didn't play good at all. He didn't have to.
Yo, James Cook is a good running back.
He's good. Yeah. Good.
I mean, bro, do you think Dallas has like the 3rd ranked defense, and he just absolutely dominated?
I don't think Dallas was. They didn't look ready to play. They looked like they were just there. They looked like they were happy to win last week.
They look like
that was a team that was like, all right, oh my God, well, we finally beat the Eagles.
That's why I get so nervous. That is why I get so nervous with this team. I always say like they're trash and everything like that, because it's like just when they get you to start believing, they go and lay an egg like that.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm talking about. And it's a huge emotion off of the Eagles. You got, that was like okay, that's not your Super Bowl. Yeah. I understand it was an important game for you to stay in the division, but I mean, that's how you come out. Like, if they would have come out, they handle Buffalo, or even if they lost 20-17.
Respectfully.
Like the Eagles lost to Seattle, even though it's not a respect, but they didn't get blown out.
Right.
Which then I would have been like, okay, I'm off this team. But I'm just saying, if they would have come out and did something like that, then it's like, all right, they still hung in there. But to just get blown out by that, by a team that hasn't really been good this year, is just like, that's where I look and I'm like, how do people tell me that they believe in the Cowboys, but they don't believe in the Eagles, when you've watched the Cowboys do this year after year after year since we've been kids?
Yeah.
12-5.
I gotta be honest with you. I think we're potentially both wrong. I think the Eagles and the Cowboys, we can argue, like, you know, they're not even close to the Niners.
They're not right now.
Like,
if either of those teams met the Niners.
But I don't think from here on out we're going to be close. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, maybe we're both wrong. We're just saying, fuck it. Like, they're the best teams that had the best quote unquote chance of ever beating the Niners. They have the best rosters to do so.
The Niners are.
That's the only way. I mean, like that's what I mean. I think maybe we're both wrong on the Eagles and the Cowboys in terms of them being potential, teams of knocking out the Niners. I just at this point, it's clear cut to me. The Niners are the best team. It's the bottom line. It's not even a question. You can't even question anymore. And I think probably like the worst take that I've ever had on this show was when we were clowning the fucking the list of the top offenses in the NFL to start the season, and the Niners were number one. And I was like, well, shit. I was like, damn. And we were trashing the list, and I had the Niners outside my top 5, and that was the worst take I've ever had. I gotta be fucking honest. I'm fucking real. That was the worst take I've ever had.
I don't know. You've had some bad ones.
No, not that bad. That was bad, bro. The Niners are clear-cut the best team in the NFL right now. They're clear-cut the best team, and they're the best.
No, I agree. They are the best team in the league.
I'm shitting on them all. Like, no,
it's going to take an army to beat them.
You said though, you did say you weren't a believer in Brock Purdy though. You said that you think he regresses this year. I do remember that conversation.
I don't remember that because I like Brock Purdy.
I said I think he's going to progress this year. I think he's only going to get better. You said he's going to regress. I do remember that. I think
we're going to have to check tapes.
No, I'm dead serious. I remember that conversation.
That's weird because I like Brock Purdy.
No, I know, but in the preseason, you were like all in on him, like
because of his shoulder. I mean, because of his elbow. And I was saying I don't know.
He was going to regress this year, and I was like, I think he's going to actually do pretty well.
Yeah, well, all right. So I was wrong on that because he looks awesome.
I know. Dude, our preseason takes were wild.
I mean, but I was going off of
like wild, yo.
That's the fun of it, though, because it's like I look back to it and I'm like, what was going through my head to make me say that?
Yeah, it's great content, dude. I was watching like old episodes at work, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like I was way off on some shit, dude.
I'm trying to think of some really bad shit that I said because I know I've had some really horrible.
Like I said, the Rams are going to win 4 games, and here I am talking about the scary 7.
You know what makes me
fucking crazy.
You know what makes me so mad? It makes me so mad about the Buccaneers because I said that.
You did. You were on.
And I didn't do it. They're the same take that you had last year with the Broncos.
The Broncos.
And you didn't stand on it.
I know.
And it's like that pisses me off.
I didn't stand on business.
Do you think Dak's eliminated from the MVP combo?
For sure. You can't.
For show or for sure?
For show.
All right.
Yeah, he's gone. You can scratch his name off the ballot list. It's between Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and you can argue Lamar Jackson if he can beat the Niners. I think Lamar Jackson's knocking on the door. I know he hasn't had the best year, but the success of the Ravens, the dominance in the AFC, being the 1 seed, beating quote unquote the best team in the NFL on the road, that would be the clear-cut path for Lamar Jackson to win the MVP.
Sunday night's probably for it.
But I seen a clip of Brady say CMC was the MVP, and yeah, he was on. I said that a couple weeks ago. I thought CMC was the best thing.
I'm just going to say this. This is what makes me pissed off. It's because it's like Brock Purdy's playing good. He's leading in all major statistical categories.
Yeah, I get it.
But my thing is why are we holding it against him that he has good players around him?
Yeah, but why are we holding against Christian McCaffrey for being a running back?
I mean, we're not.
We are though.
No,
because it's
not.
I know, but the landscape of the NFL and how the odds-on favorites of shit like that, it's all position-based. Like the quarterback always gets the favorite, which is bullshit. Because if you look at Christian McCaffrey and you watch the 49ers, bro, first down, it's always 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2. This guy is a machine. He gets yards. Dude, he puts them in such good positions for them to do play action because, all right, if it's incomplete on 2nd and 2 on a play action, deep pass to Ayuk, you have Christian McCaffrey on 3rd and 2 to convert, and you're going to most likely go get it. And it's like I don't know.
My thing is though, is like if you took Christian McCaffrey off that team and put in Raheem Mostert, they would still be fine.
I beg to differ. Christian McCaffrey and Raheem Mostert, I just don't. I
was just saying like a good running back, not on CMC's level, but I'm just saying that I think you'd be hard when Brock Purdy got hurt in the NFC Championship game. They were crying about that.
No, for sure.
That's how important
they would be good. Like I still think they would still be a great team.
But if you go put
CMC, he's a difference maker though, because you got to worry about him at all times. He could catch the ball, he could run. He's He's too quick, man.
I get it.
Beast,
I just feel like the MVP is Brock Purdy. On that team,
get it.
I do. I think Brock Purdy's that dude. He's good.
He's good. I think he's a good quarterback. I really do. But when I watched that game, like Christian McCaffrey, bro, like he's really him. Bro.
I know.
Like it's like, and that's another worst take I probably had. I had Austin Eckler as the best running back in the league. I was dead wrong about that. It was Christian McCaffrey.
And another one we said that the Panthers smoked the Niners in that trade for CMC. I just remembered that.
Yeah. And then the Niners won that trade. Well, the Panthers don't know how to draft. They don't know how to use their fucking capital. They're just stupid.
All right, let's go. Buccaneers beat the Packers 34-20. Baker Mayfield throws the first ever passer rating in Lambeau Field.
Perfect passer rating, 158.3. God damn it. The first one ever in Lambeau Field. Baker, man, you know what? Do you think he's played himself another season in Tampa?
Absolutely. He's going to get a 3-year deal probably.
Wow. What's the potential contract look like?
I think it's going to be similar to what Geno got. 3 for 60 or something like that.
Get the fuck out. 3 for 6. No, Geno got $50 million in year one. You think he's going to get $50 million? Baker?
If he wins a playoff game,
he has to win the division.
He's going to win the division.
So you think if he wins the division, that's going to keep him in Tampa?
I think he's coming back to Tampa regardless.
You think so? They're
not going to have a high enough draft pick to go draft somebody and go look at the dude's stats.
Yo, this kind of reminds me. I pray this doesn't happen. I'm going to be honest with you. I pray this doesn't happen. This happened to Wentz because Wentz was having a pretty solid year with the Colts.
Yeah.
Last couple of games, they didn't make the playoffs, and
don't do me like that.
If Baker skids the last 3 games and the Bucs happen to miss the playoffs, I'm just saying, I hope it doesn't happen to Baker where he's fighting for a job next year.
He's not.
Although he's put on some good tape, but Carson Wentz did too. And look what happened to him. I'm just saying.
But he's more mentally tough than Carson Wentz.
I'm just saying.
I mean, dude, the dude's got 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions.
No doubt.
He's having an incredible year.
No doubt about it.
He's playing awesome.
No doubt about it.
And I've been telling everybody for a long time that Baker can play. Nobody can play in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Carolina's a joke.
I still think the Bucs are a fraud team.
Nobody wants to mess with them in round one.
Nobody wants to fuck with them in round one, but I'm not really worried about them. I mean, when I look at their wins, they don't really have really quality wins, I would say. All their wins are pretty much within division. They beat the Vikings, they beat the Bears, and that's really it. That's their wins. And they beat the Packers. So, I mean, the Packers are a good team, but I'm looking at the Bucs resume. It's surprising because it's Baker, but I kind of feel like it's kind of disrespectful to be surprised by somebody's performance.
It's wild disrespectful.
I know. I just kind of feel like he was a number 1 overall pick. I kind of feel like it's disrespectful, but
I will be rooting if they win the division. I will be rooting for them so hard round 1. Like, I can't even tell you.
Who would they play, you think?
They would play Dallas.
They would play the 5 seed, right?
Dallas. That would be even if Baker sent my guy home, I'll be in the Poconos that weekend. If Baker sent my guy home, I mean, if my guy Baker sent them Cowboys home,
that would be crazy.
Oh my God.
That could realistically happen.
Of course.
Although
I just wish Dak was on a fucking different team.
But Dallas has
I would be the biggest Dak defender.
But Dallas has the experience going to Tampa in a playoff game. They did it last year. So
Baker will avenge that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I what's impressive about the Bucs?
Oh, Baker
is
Brady.
That,
Baker Brady.
Baker Brady.
That's what we're gonna start calling him now. Or Tom Mayfield. What do you like better, Baker Brady or Tom Mayfield?
Tom Mayfield? Nah, I can't go there, bro. I can't do that.
Baker Brady.
I can't do that.
I need him to win the division so bad. I'll be so happy for him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Revenge. Do you think that they're a threat in the NFC though, or do you think they're just capable of a one and done? They can win a game and then
I think they can upset somebody in the wild card round. I 100% believe that because I feel like their team is very resilient because anytime they were down in any games, they always came back. They've always battled back.
Indicative of Baker's leadership.
Yeah, it's his personality. That's who Baker is. He's a resilient dude, and I think that's what embodies this team more than anything. And I think they resemble their quarterback, which is a really good trait on the quarterback itself because he has a team rallying around him in his first year, and he has them in good position to win division. Their last 3 games remaining, they play the Jags, they play the Saints, and the Panthers. 2 division games in the Jags. And the Jags, you know, you can argue the Jags have been some absolute shit. And the Bucs, you know, they're coming off 3 straight wins. You know, after losing 2 straight to the Colts and the Niners, which are respectful opponents. But at the same time, you know, I could see them winning out and winning this division. But that Saints game next week and on New Year's Eve, that's for the division. Saints at Bucs. It's going to be a fucking good game because, you know, the Saints, that's why the Saints have to win, you know, this week. Because if the Saints win this week and next week, they're going to win the division.
They ain't winning.
I don't think so either. I think the Bucs, they're going to win this.
Baker and the Bucs, we got it. What do you think about the Packers, though? Do you think where do you think the Packers could go?
Weird team, dude. I don't know what to make of them. I think
I thought Jordan Love was a stud about 3 weeks ago because he was making throws.
Yeah, look, I still think he does. I just think he's a young quarterback.
Yeah,
you're seeing the lack of experience. You're seeing the progressions he's making, you know, week in and week out. I think you're going to see some weeks where he's going to stumble because he's a young quarterback. He doesn't have much experience. And you know, and some games, I think he's played fantastic football. I didn't expect the Packers to even be this good anyway.
We talked about that.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you.
That win total.
I mean, look, they're 6-8. They're nothing to write home about, but they've lost close games.
And they were missing their best offensive skill player with Aaron Jones.
They've lost some really, really close games this year. And, you know, I think that comes with experience. I think as Jordan Love, you know, gets more experience under center, I think, you know, this team could take a step forward next year. I think they can actually do that. And they can
if Aaron Jones got to be healthy.
Yeah,
he's a big important piece.
I think they could rival the Lions for the division along with the Vikings. I think this division could be really scary next year.
Depending on what the Bears do. Do you think the Bears stay with Justin Fields? I kind of feel like they are.
I kind of feel like they're stupid.
I mean, that wasn't what I asked. But.
Oh, I'm just being honest. I kind of feel like they're stupid.
Do you think they're staying with Justin Fields? Do you think they're stupid because you think what I think?
I think they're stupid because they're sticking with Justin Fields. Like,
I think they're staying with him next year?
I don't.
You think he's out?
I think he's out.
He's a starter next year.
I mean, how the fuck can you go another year with this? I mean, what are you looking for in Justin Fields at this point? Like, I just I get it. Like, he's got talent. He can play, right? But is he a franchise quarterback? Or is he one of those guys that can come in, spot start, and win you a game or two because of his talent?
I think he's JV.
I just don't see. I don't know why the Bears would do that. I just don't get it.
I just feel like he has shown flashes this year.
The Bears have capital. They got draft capital. They got it from fucking Carolina.
I just feel like he's shown glimpses of success and like, wow, like he could do really good. But then by the same token, it's just like, yeah, he had 3 or 4 games this year where he looked competent, he looked good. But it's like you have 31 other games where he's just looked totally trash. And it's like, I don't. Most of these organizations like NFL teams, the problem isn't that they just make the wrong draft pick. The problem is after they realize they made the wrong draft pick, they just stick with them and hope that it'll turn around instead of just cutting bait early and sucking it up.
It's you
know what I'm saying?
It's unbelievable that they would even think about it. He has a couple good games, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, man. Maybe we have our franchise guy. As we're sitting here 5-9, last in division.
I'm very curious to see what happens with that.
I just, you know, I kind of just shake my head at this point. I mean, if I just don't understand. Like, I kind of like, I don't know the disconnect here, right? Like, you got these GMs in the NFL, right? The biggest fucking conglomerate in the world, in the sports entertainment world, right? And you got these bozos in office that make a fuck ton of money, that own the franchise, and they don't know how to run it. They don't.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Because you can't sit here and tell me that Justin Fields is a franchise quarterback. Because if he was a franchise quarterback, you wouldn't be 5-9. Well, let me guess. So your offensive line stinks? Let me guess. Your defense stinks? Let me guess. You don't have enough weapons? Let me guess. The play calling stinks? Like, I don't know what else to do at this point. I mean, if that's the case, if you're blaming everybody else, you got to completely implode and keep Justin Fields, get rid of your head coach, get rid of your offense coordinator, get rid of your defensive coordinator, get rid of the weapons, and completely rebuild around your franchise quarterback if that's what you're telling me. I just don't see it. Sorry.
My thing is why, like, what did you trade for DJ Moore then? Why'd you trade for him?
Hype.
Yeah, you also gave up a second-round pick for that idiot Chase Claypool. So it's just like it's poor. It's organizational malpractice. It's just the organization's a joke.
That's what I'm saying. Like these guys, like they run these franchises, and it's like any regular Joe Schmo would have told you a second-round pick for Chase Claypool is fucking stupid as shit.
We have a podcast and we know that.
What?
We have a little podcast and we know that.
We have brains. I like to think, right? Like
they're fried, but we have them.
Yeah, but like I think pretty clearly. I'm not stupid. Like I can watch a game and be like, all right, well that guy is good.
Or I mean, that guy's kind of ass.
They've watched like 3 seasons and they've been in the same positions every year. On the bottom.
Oh, you're a bottom?
No. No.
Go ahead.
This is crazy. What are we talking about here, man? I'm in the groove.
Love it, man.
Talk about the Bears.
I had a crazy experience this afternoon.
I'm not a fan of Justin Fields. Never been. I laugh because all the hype in the offseason, man. These people that just fucking glazed all over Justin Fields, and it's like
most
everybody.
MVP.
Yeah, glaze, like glaze, like
he was the most bet MVP in the offseason. Which is just wild to me.
Which is funny. It's like, and it's like, yo, these people don't even talk about it now. Like they're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere. Their homeboys 5-9. I know he didn't play every single game. It wasn't all his fault.
And it's crazy.
But you know what? Tyson Bagent came in and I can't even cat. Can't even cat. He looked all right. Yo. They won a game with him.
I know. And the offense looked more competent.
I fuck with Tyson Bagent, yo. They gotta
I don't know, man. I just feel like when you have to grasp for straws and look for like little things about the quarterback to tell you that everything's okay, it's just like it probably ain't okay.
All right, so the Bears play the Cardinals, they play the Falcons, and they play the Packers. If the Bears can't win 1 game,
they should win 2. I mean, why are you setting the expectation so high for a franchise quarterback?
Because that's how I feel about Justin Fields. I'm not giving him any high expectations because I don't believe in him.
They should beat the Cardinals. Who's the next game?
They play the Falcons at home.
They should beat the Falcons.
They're in Chicago.
They should beat the Falcons.
And then they play in Green Bay.
Yeah, it's an indoor team. And Green Bay smoked you week 1 on Monday Night Football. You should be able to Green Bay should be able to come in there and you should be able to put polls on them.
Okay.
But you should definitely Atlanta, a dome team coming all the way to Chicago.
So do you think he's coming back?
I have a feeling that he is. I do.
I hope. You know what? I hope.
You know why?
I hope. And you know why I hope? Because I want to hear all the fucking hype again, and I'm going to be chirping my ass off because I already know what's going to happen.
I just have a weird feeling.
I already know what's going to happen. They're going to be bottom of the division again next year if they stick with this quarterback. They're going to be the same fucking team, dude.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't know why I have that feeling. I just feel like the vibe that I've been getting out of there is that he's coming back, and I'm like, all right, man.
And the crazy thing is that Bears fans, they want him back.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, bro,
you saw when I posted that TikTok about Justin Fields, they went crazy. I've never been so insulted.
I'm like, bro, like that is so insane to me. Like, if fucking this is how I know people love Flash, right? Hear me out. They'll give Justin Fields 3 years of mediocrity, right?
Yep.
Baker Mayfield goes to the playoffs, has a bad season, right? And all of a sudden they want to kick him out the door, and he was a number 1 overall pick. Why? Because he's not flashy. Oh yeah, he's raising my mic. He could do that now.
I could do that now.
He could do that now, yo. Oh yeah. By the way, Santa came early. we got new mic stands, man. We rocking tonight, yo. We fucking rocking tonight. But yeah, so it's just funny to me that's just how I know improved that everybody loves Flash. Because you can't tell me that Justin Fields is better than Baker Mayfield, and the Browns, who haven't found the quarterback in like fucking 20 years since I was born, they got rid of him. And they're still struggling to find a quarterback, even though I know Flacco's playing well, but he's not the future.
Justin Fields ain't in the same league as Baker Mayfield.
That's what I'm saying.
And
though,
I put that on everything.
But that's what I'm saying. But he gets more chances with a franchise as opposed to a Baker Mayfield
who made the playoffs.
And
won a game.
That's what I'm saying. With a franchise who hasn't won jack shit in fucking 20 years. Yeah. So it's like you gotta laugh at it. You have to laugh at it, because when I look at that, I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. It's incompetent.
Fucking dumb.
It's incompetent general management. That's exactly what it is.
All right, week 16 preview. I can't believe we're in week 16, bro.
I know, it's depressing.
It makes me sad.
I know.
But we're gonna get back into the NBA heavy.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. So, that's a fact. We got some parlays rocking.
Actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start. We could have talked about John Morant tonight.
Oh shit! I just looked at my phone, and my fiance says we make cinnamon buns Christmas morning. LOL. So yeah, she didn't catch up to the episode yet.
She gotta be better.
No, I know. Shout out on that. Shout out, Liz.
John Morant came back last night and hit a buzzer beater in his first game back. That was awesome. All right, Phil, you want to pod with me? I don't know what he doing.
Wait, what? Buzzer.
John Morant came back first night back.
Yeah.
My bad. I mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, he keeps receipts. So do I.
That pissed me off.
He keeps receipts.
He's
so do
a fool.
I love, bro. You know he's one of my guys, though. You know?
He went right to Twitter and got his gun and started posting pictures with it.
Bro, talent for talent. This guy is so fucking good. Like, bro,
he is.
He just stepped on the court and dropped a 30 piece.
34.
A game-winning 34 piece, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is his first game. Fresh off his couch, bro.
I know.
Like,
he's a fool, but he can play.
He's so fucking good. If he could just keep his head on straight, this guy is a Hall of Fame player, slam dunk. You could bet the crib on it, bro.
He's him.
He's really good. But yeah, this is
Back to the NFL, week 16. Giants at Eagles. Eagles minus 11.5. Talk to me about this game.
11.5 is a pretty big line, and it's kind of crazy too, because it's like the Giants have been playing kind of decent, with Tommy Cutlets. He's a cool story. So I'm surprised that this line is 11.5.
It shouldn't be that high.
But they're telling you, bro, take the Eagles. Stop second guessing the Tommy Cutlets. Stop riding the story with, just stop. Get rid of the Tommy Cutlets. Put the Cutlets in the garbage. Right?
Oh, no, there ain't nothing better than a cold cutlet.
No, trust me. Put the cutlets in the garbage and make yourself a nice cheesesteak. The Eagles should absolutely dominate this game. The Eagles should absolutely cover the spread. The Eagles should absolutely bounce back here.
Any chance of an upset?
No. I just don't see the Giants beat the Eagles in Philly. I think the Eagles are going to rally this game.
I hope.
I do. Look, if the Eagles get upsetted, we are going to have a different conversation next week.
Nah,
we're going to have a different
I'm going to have the flu or strep or something like that.
Wear a mask.
It's going to be the flu pod.
Wear a mask.
It's going to be the flu pod. I'm going to be sick up here. If I have to come in here and talk about Tommy DeVito and Tommy Cutlets beating the Eagles, look.
Gotta face the music though.
It's not going to happen. I would. I'm just playing. I don't care that much.
No, I know.
We're going to beat the Eagles. We're going to beat the Giants. When you say 11.5, there's no rhyme or reason for that. The Eagles are coming home. They're coming off 3 bad losses, 2 embarrassing losses, and it's just like they're not getting upset at home. They're not getting upset at home. But my thing is what I'm going to be watching for this game is, Jalen, are you going to take the underneath shit that they're giving you? Are you going to take the small 5, 6, 7 yards and stop being just like what's wrong with the Bills where they're always going for the home run? Don't do that. It don't work.
No.
Take the chunk plays. It's third.
Absolutely.
And not for nothing.
Plays.
It's 1st and 8 because you have if you get the 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, you do the tush push.
Take what the defense is giving you
and move on. Tom Brady did it forever.
Tom Brady feasted off that. He didn't give a fuck if he threw it to the running back 20 times a game. If I throw it to the running back, he's getting me 8 yards. That's successful offense. You're moving the ball in a positive direction, getting big chunks so you can convert for first downs. He thrived on that. That's exactly what he did. He methodically went down the field. That's what the Eagles did on the first drive, and that's what they need to do all game. They need to run it down the fucking Giants' throat. They need to keep pounding the rock. Stop running with Hurts. Let him get healthy the last 3 weeks. Design more plays with your running backs. Let them take the hits and not your quarterback if he's hurt, quote unquote, and let him get into a rhythm in the passing game by doing play action. That is what I want to see from the Eagles in this game. I think the Eagles are going to they're definitely going to cover the spread. I love them here in this spot, and I don't think there's any chance of an upset. I just think they're that much better than the Giants. I just think everybody's looking at the Eagles a little sideways because of the past 3 weeks, rightfully so. And then, the Giants, they've been playing, the Tommy Cutlets, the story. I get it.
It's a great get-right game for the Eagles.
But people are skeptical in their own right because it looks a little kind of weird, you know what I mean, with the shit going on between the two teams. But at this moment, I still believe in the Eagles. I think they bounce back here. I like the Eagles here 34-17.
Yeah, we're going to smoke them. We smoke them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say like 28-14, 28-10, something like that. We're going to hang it on them.
Yeah, for sure.
I really believe that this is our get-right game.
Yeah.
The vibes get back together, and then we move on.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Cowboys at Dolphins. Dolphins -1.5. It's going to be an awesome game. Do you think the Dolphins are going to do what the Bills did and attack them running?
They have to. I mean, they have the recipe to do it. The problem is they have two different backs. Like James Cook is more of like a pound the rock kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's more of a thumper. And I feel like Mostert and a chain, they're more of like they have a little bit more agility to them. So they kind of go to the outside. They don't run the same style as James Cook. So, but yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I think Dallas. I think this game is going to come down who can control the ball the best,
or who can operate in those moments when they matter.
It's gonna be the team that has the ball last is going to win the game. I think that's what's going to happen.
I think it's going to be high scoring.
I think so too. I can see a 31-28 kind of shootout here.
No, I think they're going way over.
You think so?
Oh, I think
what's the over under on that? Do you know that?
Not off the top of my head.
It's got to be at least 50, 55.
54. I was 54 and a half,
55 and a half, I would bet. Let's see. I'm going to check it out right now.
Do you think if Tyreek's out, though, Miami can win? I think Tyreek's playing.
Yeah.
I think Tyreek's playing, but I think they can win with or without.
I agree.
Because I still think Tua. I think Tua can play. I think Tua is underrated.
Because I think Waddle is still as good as anybody in the league.
Waddle can still do that too. And then you got that run game with a chain.
Wow. The over under. We were both way off, bro.
What is it?
50 and a half.
50 and a half. I like over.
They're telling you it's fucking.
I like over. I think they're both going to score.
That's a sucker bet, bro.
Over
50 and a half.
I'm taking over. I ain't betting on there with Miami.
No, I'm not either. I mean, the smart bet is to take the over.
However, if
that line is kind of weird.
That'll probably raise a point if Tyreek plays.
That line to me is just a little weird to me. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. The 50 and a half. I mean, wasn't the Eagles and the Niners like 54 and a half or some shit like that?
Something like that.
I don't know. Anyway,
what do you think? Whatchamacallit? What's your prediction for the game?
Pain.
Who do you think wins?
I think Miami wins this game.
I'm actually different.
I think Miami wins this game. I think I don't know. I just the Cowboys, they got their ass kicked, bro. And I
know my philosophy.
I know your philosophy. I get that. I do. It's going to be hot as fuck in Miami. All right. It's hot as shit there. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Nobody can win. I don't understand this.
Nobody can win in Miami. It's a weird place. The Miami Dolphins play really well at home. I think Tyreek is going to play this game. I think that's why he sat out last game, because I think he wants to play against the Dallas Cowboys. Who doesn't, right? Everybody wants to play against the Dallas Cowboys. They're America's team on, quote unquote. That's what everybody grew up on. Dallas Cowboys, America's team. There's nothing more that Tyreek Hill wants to do than torch the shit out of Dallas' defense.
I would love that.
But that's why I think he's going to play. So I'm going to take Miami here. I'm going to take Miami outright. I think they win by 6.
Damn. I don't know, man.
I think it's going to be 31-25.
It's hard going against because It's hard to play in Miami. I know they got the sun beating on you over there and shit like that.
It's different.
But I just feel like Miami's a better team than Dallas. And I do. I just feel like Miami's a better team. I think they're better coach. I think Mike McDaniel is friggin' awesome.
I love him. I don't give a fuck.
He's
what
just
anybody
himself.
says.
He is cool as shit.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, when he talks sometimes I just look and I'm like, bro, are you all there?
It was all the alcohol abuse that he had from previous, probably. That's what he suffered from.
He was an alcoholic?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
His story.
You think that's why he talks like that?
I don't know. Maybe. He was apparently he had to get some professional help for it.
Oh shit!
So he actually he actually had an abuse problem.
Oh damn, that's terrible. I wish you would have told me that when I was making fun of him like 5-6 weeks ago. Did you just find this out?
No, I actually knew about this.
So you made me laugh at this dude this whole time.
Well, a video came out about the background of his story, and it was fantastic. That's why I'm like, yo, I love this guy. This guy's fucking awesome, dude.
Damn,
like,
that's crazy.
Like, yo, like he battled back. He's an NFL coach.
He
now.
hit the flare on the sidelines.
Like, yeah.
That was when I was like, yo, this is my coach.
Oh yeah, for sure. I could buy into his program.
I know
I
how
could buy
it is.
into him. Yeah,
I know how he felt.
His program is for me.
Yeah, I know how. Yeah, yo, his program is for me.
It is, yo.
I'm taking them on Miami here. I would love for them to beat the Cowboys. I think the game's close though. That 1.5 scares me. I wouldn't be surprised if that dropped a little more. I could see like a late field goal win, 41-38, 42-39, something crazy like that. I think it's going to be a shootout and a good game. I think the Dolphins beat them though. They're at home, and the game is more important for them.
Yep.
Because they can actually slip up and lose their division. I know Dallas can too, but Dallas realistically, like they're in no matter what. And the AFC, you fuck around and drop to 10-7 or something like that, you can miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I think because Dallas was never really expected to win the division when they got far behind when the Eagles were 10-1.
Yeah.
So they were always kind of out of the mix on that. So them making the playoffs to them was more than enough. Yeah. I kind of feel like. So it's kind of how I saw that game in Buffalo kind of playing. They clinched a playoff spot and all of a sudden they got blown the fuck out. So that team is just a weird team. I don't know.
I'm bodied.
Yeah.
Jags at Buccaneers. Buccaneers -1.5. The Bake Show.
The Big Show.
He's the best, bro. I love this dude so much.
We're running it back with the bake.
How confident are you in them winning the division? We're talking about Baker Mayfield winning a division. I took abuse on this show.
I know.
2 years ago. I knew he wouldn't let me down.
I'm pretty confident, man. I'm pretty confident they're gonna do it, dude. Like I said earlier, dude, their schedule favors them, and I think they're better than the Saints. So when they play next week in Tampa, I think they're gonna win. You good over there, dog?
No, bro, every time I hit this, it sounds.
There's a spring inside of it. That's why it's doing that.
Oh, all right. I was just like, why does it say like that? But I have like a weird twitch. I keep moving it.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about? Oh yeah, I'm confident in the Bucs win the division.
That motion was crazy. Don't do that again.
I know. I thought about it. I was hoping you didn't catch it. No, I think the Bucs are going to win the division. I think they are the best team. I made that joke before when we talked about it, but when the only reason that scared me off was their schedule was so damn hard. But I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, and I'm rooting for the guy like crazy. But I'll tell you what, it's a lock that they win this week.
It is. I think
it's a lock. Because Trevor Lawrence and the Jags are some shit.
Yeah, well, Trevor Lawrence is questionable. He's going to play, obviously.
It don't matter if he plays or not. At this point, he's not even a game changer. He's a degular in here.
I will say the Bucs do have a little bit of drama with Devin White. A lot of shit's going on with him, and
yeah, I mean, but that didn't affect him last week.
It didn't affect him, no, but it could. It could rattle the cages a little bit in the locker room because he is close with a lot of teammates. He's close with Levante David, so I don't think it's going to cause anything, but it's something to look to monitor as the season progresses because he was a big part of their success in the Super Bowl run. He's one of the best linebackers in the league a couple years ago. Then, it's just him and the Bucs. The Bucs didn't pay him, and there was a lot of bad blood in the offseason too. So, keep an eye on that for Devin White and the Bucs. They have a lot of.
Do you think that the Jags can miss the playoffs?
They could fuck around and miss the playoffs.
Because now the Colts are creeping.
The Colts are surging a little bit, man. And Gardner Minshew, bro. Like,
Shane Steichen, man.
Yeah. He's not really talked about, man. Like, I got to be honest with you. If the Colts went out, you could argue Shane Steichen is the coach of the year.
Absolutely.
I mean, how can you argue that, right? Like they traded up, they got their pick and Anthony Richardson. He was the starting quarterback. He goes down. You got Gardner Minshew there.
Jonathan Taylor was
thinking
out.
You're tanking. Jonathan Taylor drama in the offseason. And that team still hung together. And what are they? 8-6?
Yeah.
They're 8-6. They're in the thick of things here. And it's like, yeah, this team, they have some juice. They have some momentum here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the season shakes out with them. But I definitely could see the Jags missing the playoffs. They fuck around and keep performing like the way they are. They're gonna get caught slipping.
If they miss the playoffs, I don't want to hear anything more about Trevor Lawrence. Next year, nothing. I don't want to hear anything. He's a regular. That's all I want to hear out of him next year. Unless he takes like a crazy leap and he's got 35 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
So who would you take, Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence?
I think Justin Herbert has more raw talent.
Yeah.
I think he has more
talent.
talent.
Expecting you to say Trevor Lawrence because based on your metrics of like the success.
Yeah.
I get that. And
the problem is
the fact that he beat him in the playoffs coming back. Like I get that.
But the problem
I thought you would say Lawrence.
But I've seen Justin Lawrence play like lights out Justin Herbert play lights out where I'm like, yo, damn. I've never really seen Trevor Lawrence do that. I've seen him play well. His best game was that playoff game, albeit against Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like they were ass last year until they got hot at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. They're ass again this year. He was ass his rookie year. And people were talking about this dude like he was going to come in and be Patrick Mahomes. And it's like far from it.
I think he's good. I think he's
is good.
I think he is a franchise quarterback.
He is. He's just not on that elite level.
I just think he's a smidge below that, but I think he can still grow into that. I think he's still young. I think he can still learn. I think, I
thought he was going to snap this year.
I think look, again, we judge these quarterbacks like so quickly though. You know what I mean? Like in 2-3 years, we're judging these guys based on the next 10 years and we're questioning if they could do it. And it's like, they have 7 or 8 more seasons to get better. And, you have to bet on the upside. When you take a guy for the first 3 picks, and he's shown you that he can get you to the playoffs, and he has a bad season the next season, you got to stick with him because he got you there. He's shown you he's gotten you there as a rookie. Now, if you have that quarterback and you believe in him long term, then your upside is going to be past the playoffs. You're thinking Super Bowl with the guy now.
Yeah.
So I think we jump off the wagon too early on the quarterbacks. I still believe that, but it's all due to media-driven shit, right?
That's what makes me mad about it, though.
But it's all media-driven, no? Because if somebody has a bad game, we're questioning this guy if he can play. Is he a franchise quarterback? And this, that, and the third. And it's like, all right, the guy just had a bad season, a bad game, bad couple game stretch. It happens. But to put a label on him as a quote-unquote bust or a guy that's not elite, I understand it. He's not elite right now, but not to say that he can't be elite. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I'm not saying that either. He's not elite now.
But I think a lot of people are just so quick to just jump off these players because, again, like I said, it's just all media driven. Everybody's just so quick to get on people when they fail because it's funny. Memes are created. It's content. Like that's what we live in the world now. So like I get it, but like I look past that. I look at you like if I see that you could play based on what you do in the pocket, your pocket awareness, your going through reads, making accurate throws, what you do in crunch time, how your teammates react to you, how your team rallies behind you when you make mistakes. Like I look at all that shit, dude. Like that's how I judge quarterbacks, and that's kind of how I've always been.
I just feel like, though, for me, it's just like, it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all the media hype and then I'm watching you and I'm like, I don't really see it. Like, okay, you can hype up the talent all you want. It goes back to Kyler or something like that. And it's like, but you'll find people that are full of talent and we still shit on them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so when I see it, I'm like, all right, man, well, I'm going to start calling it out different ways. Like, all right, what has Herbert accomplished where everybody needs to say this dude's a top five quarterback? And it's like, okay, no, he's not. Is he a top 5 talent just like in a vacuum? Okay, you could say that. I'm not going to sit there and argue that. But as far as a top 5 quarterback, he wasn't even close this year.
Well, talent doesn't always necessarily transform to success either.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it's a collection of things.
Sure.
Whatchamacallit? Ravens at 49ers. This is probably game of the week. 49ers
sure.
minus 5.5.
This is
Do you think this is a preview of the Super Bowl? Keep it a bean.
Yeah, let's keep it 1,000. Right now, this looks like the preview of the Super Bowl. Let's keep it 1,000. They're the best two teams right now. They're playing the best two teams.
Who's the quarterback of the Ravens?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, all right.
Why? Well, you said earlier he wasn't playing as well as everybody. I mean, you said it earlier in the episode. You said Lamar Jackson has turned the ball over a lot this year, and look at the Ravens. So I can't say Lamar Jackson's having a crazy MVP season. I mean, I think he's having a good season.
I'm gonna check his stats out real fast.
I think he's having a good season. I'm
3,100 yards, 7 tutties, 7 interceptions, and a 61 rating.
I think he's having a good year.
61's good, so he is having a good.
I think he's having a good year. I don't think it's MVP season, but
but he needs a wide receiver again. Zay is cool. Odell's been all right, but like Aguilar's been ass. Zay is like
Zay is not cool. Zay had one fucking catch for 7 yards. I bet him to get 50 plus yards, and the guy fucking.
I know he's a rookie. I meant like they need like an go get T. Higgins.
Well, that's gonna be tough because I don't know if the Bengals are gonna
I'm saying if he's a free agent. I'm saying if he's a free agent.
Yeah.
Go throw the bag at him. Go get him a receiver. But he also lost Mark Andrews.
No, well, they have Odell. They paid him.
I know. It's only 1 year.
I know. I'm just messing.
Oh, all right. I mean, Odell honestly he's been better than expected.
He's been okay.
How many yards? Do you know how many yards he has this year?
Odell?
Yeah.
He's had a lot of like big plays. So I can imagine he probably has like a 500 range.
He has
519. Yeah, 519. And it's all been big plays.
He got
too,
$15 million for 519 yards. He has 32 catches on the year.
Yeah. I know. I mean, you want to talk about a fall from grace. This guy hasn't been good since 2019.
I know. So back to what we were talking about. Yeah, this looks like a preview of the Super Bowl.
He may be one of the most overrated wide receivers in his era.
He was a one catch.
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit. I know Odell was good in his early years with the Giants, the first 3 years, but after that, you can argue after 2016, man, this guy has been middle of the pack ish,
at best.
Like at best, and I'm being nice about it. I'm being fucking gracious about it. I'm being nice. I mean, I know he has a couple years with 70 catches in between, but 2016 was his last good year. That was the last time he had 100 catches. Like, I
mean, not for nothing. The way people talked about Odell Beckham,
like he was the second coming of
70
God.
catches isn't good enough.
No,
for somebody that was regarded as that dude.
No, I can honestly sit here and say he's probably one of the most overrated wide receivers of this era.
He just has
I know he got hurt. He got hurt in fairness in 2017. Like I get that, but like he never really bounced back and became that guy again. Like a Jamar Chase, like a guy that has stature, like Justin Jefferson. Like they're
Tyreek Hill.
They're them, right? Like guys that are like
even AJ Brown for that matter, CD Lamb.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's been pretty overrated, but yeah, I think this. Going back to the game, though, this game is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this game, dude. It's going to be a physical football game. I just think the Niners are a little bit better, though. I got to be honest with you. They're just a better team. And I think the better team is going to win. Lamar Jackson, with a lot of turnovers, concerns me with this defense.
Yeah.
So this is where I think the Niners win the turnover battle, and they ultimately win this football game. And I think the 5.5, they're going to cover that as well. But the 5.5, you told me about the 5.5 points.
I'm taking the Ravens.
You're going to take the Ravens.
That's the worst line of football.
I know. I get it.
It's an underdog line.
It's just hard for me to see the Ravens going into San Fran and beating them.
I will be like, here's the thing. Like I said, for like the 1 seed and all that, like I'm kind of like whatever with that. I don't really care if the Eagles get it or not.
They're not getting it.
Yeah. I'm just saying if they lost, it would be more in the realm of possibility. But I don't really care either way. I just feel like the Ravens just got to go in there. Lamar's got to play a clean game.
Yep.
He's got to hit his receivers. His receivers got to catch the ball. You can't have the drops. And they got to be able to match them in physicality. And if there's a team that can match them physicality-wise, it's the Ravens.
Yep.
Because they play the same type of defense. In your face, smash mouth shit.
Yep.
You don't have cornerbacks that are scared to tackle.
They're a copycat version of each other. And their styles have been successful this season. So this is a motto you probably want to follow if you're a franchise, if I'm being honest.
Do you think that the winner of this game is the MVP? I said it earlier that I think so. Like, I think if Brock wins this, I think he's the MVP.
Yeah, I do.
Unless
do.
the only thing that could be different is if like even if the Niners win or lose, but Christian McCaffrey has 18 carries for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
then it's like, okay, well, it's going to be CMC and Brock Purdy
against
competing.
the Ravens too.
Now look, if it's CMC versus Brock Purdy competing, I wonder how that impacts them on playing a game. Will Brock want to throw more to get his MVP trophy? You never know.
I don't think
you could have an ulterior motive. You never know.
Yeah, I just don't see that. I think I don't know. He doesn't come across as a guy like that though.
I know.
He seems like a Christian boy, nice stand-up guy, fucking
you gotta love
button-up dude.
Yeah, but you know how many times
a loving, charming teddy bear kind of guy, but he balls the fuck out.
I know, but you know how many people go to church and they say their prayers, they go to confession, they do all that shit. And then as soon as they get out in traffic and somebody's fucking stops at the yellow light instead of drives through it, they're a fucking asshole. They're screaming at them. They're fuck you. Da, 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 da.
Well, those type of people, they would say, oh, darn.
No, I'm saying that most people that go to church do that.
Why did you do that, Susie?
Yeah.
God darn it. Like, that's what they would say. They don't actually curse.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, gosh darn it.
You can't say God.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, idiot? Get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, no, I don't scream. I'm just
that's how I am on the road. I'm weird like that, dude. People just really irritate me.
You gotta grow up.
No, it's not about growing up. As I got older, I'm kind of getting rid of the crowds, man. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, people are just so goddamn stupid these days. They don't know how to drive. They have a football field fucking length in front of them in a car. They're going 25 and a 50. It's like, get the fuck out of my way. All right? Like, these people just can't drive anymore. It's concerning. I'm very concerned about society. I am. I'm sorry. Let's get back on track.
All right, thank you. I was letting you go off, sis. Who wins? Because I'm taking the Ravens here.
I got the Niners here. I think they're a better team.
I got the Niners on the money line, but I got the Ravens plus that.
I thought you were taking the Ravens.
It's hard. Pause. They're at the 49ers. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the Ravens. And you want to put some mozzarella sticks on?
All right, let's do
next
it. I'll
Wednesday.
take the Niners. I hate the Niners too, but whatever.
We'll put mozzarella sticks on.
It's fine.
Or we'll go to another comedy show.
We'll do it. There's another game on the slate I think me and you might disagree on, but that's okay.
All right, let's go. That's actually, you know what? I'll make that. That's my upset of the week.
Okay.
Psychotic upset of the week.
All right,
the Ravens beat the Niners in San Francisco. They showed that they're mortal. And the Ravens solidify themselves as the best team in the AFC.
Stand on it.
And the game's going to go through the AFC playoffs are going to run through Baltimore.
Stand on it.
That's just facts. Bills minus 12.5 at the Chargers.
I got the Bills here both ways. The Chargers, what I just seen from them, that team looked like they quit. They're done. They mailed it in. Their best players are not going to play. Keenan Allen's not playing. Let's call a spade a spade. He's sitting the bench this week. He ain't coming back at the rest of the season, Chargers fans. So what you seen from Keenan Allen is what you seen from him in the 2023 season 2 weeks ago. Wrapped it up, put it in the bow along with Herbert. He's on the couch. Bills are dominating right now. Give me the Bills both ways.
You know what makes me sick? I'm the 1 seed in my brother's league, and I'm going to miss Keenan Allen.
I'm going to miss him too. I'm going to miss him.
Like, that just sucks. And I said this too, and I said he's not going to play because.
But look, dude, that's fantasy though, man. You got to take the good with the bad, right? Like he was healthy for the first 14 weeks. He got us in this position. Now you got to be a coach and you got to make adjustments. That's what you got to do in fantasy. That's the name of the game,
good
brother.
Coaching.
It's the name of the game, brother.
I got the Bills both ways. It's not even. It's going to be a bloodbath. That's the easiest bet of the week.
Oh, I agree.
Colts at Falcons. Falcons minus 1.5.
I got the Falcons here.
Regular.
And I hate that because the Colts are really they're a good team, but the Falcons benched Desmond Ridder and they got Taylor Heineke. Give me passion. I think Mr. Passion keeps them in the divisional race. I think the Falcons will win this football game at home.
I'm not. I will never put any faith into the Falcons.
I'm not either.
I'm not putting any faith in them. Give me the Colts. Give me Shane Steichen. He's an awesome coach. Gardner Minshew's been playing good. Falcons are some shit. They don't know how to utilize their best player. Packers minus 4.5 at the Panthers.
Going back to the game though, there ain't no way the Falcons should be fucking favored to get over the Colts, who are 8-6 after the Falcons just lost to a 1-win Panthers team.
That's a good eye.
That's weird.
I called that too.
It's weird. Falcons. Anyway, go ahead. Packers at.
Damn, I like that. You got me switching.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Falcons.
All right.
Both ways.
I'm playing.
I like that.
They're my bet of the week.
Packers minus 4.5 at the Panthers.
I'm taking the Packers here both ways. Panthers, they won a game. That's great. But I still think they want that number 1 overall pick. I think that's something in their future.
I got the Packers too. They got Aaron Jones back. Panthers are coming off.
Actually, no, they don't even have the number 1 pick.
I got them both ways, man. The Panthers are bad, dude. That game, I watched that game last week because I had money on the Panthers.
Yeah.
They stink.
Actually, I'm sorry. The Panthers, they don't even control the destiny. They have the Bears do. So they actually they want to win to fuck the Bears over. But anyway, yeah, I take the Packers.
Browns -2.5 at the Texans.
I'm gonna take the Browns here. They have mojo, dude. Like the way they battled back with Joe Flacco last week was outstanding. It shows they can win close games, even with the quarterback situation. That's a sign of a good team. They were down by 2 scores. They came back. They won the football game. I got to salute that. So give me the Browns here. I'm going to ride with the momentum. They're going to get 10 wins.
I'm taking the Texans both ways.
Wow.
CJ Stroud's back. I like the team. They're fighting for their playoff lives.
Yeah, I know.
They're fighting for their playoff lives. They both kind of are.
When a guy is hot like that and then he has to sit out, he's got that was fucking crazy.
Nick Moon.
I apologize. When a guy is playing as well as he was,
thank you. I
during that point of the season, and then gets hurt, it's I'm kind of a little skeptical of him flipping that switch. I know he's still a rookie. Let's be real, he's still a rookie. He might have caught the league by surprise. The league will catch up. He's going to have to make adjustments as well. But this week, the Browns defense is fucking fantastic. Give me the Brownies.
We'll see. I got the Texans, baby. Lions -3 at Vikings.
I got the Lions here both ways.
Both. Commanders at Jets. The Jets are -3?
I believe so. Did I fuck that up?
There ain't no way in the world the Jets are favored by 3 points.
Hold on. That might be right, bro.
Nah, there's no way, dude.
Yep, it is. It is correct. The Jets are -3.
I got the Jets both ways.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
Cats. Jets are 3-point favorites?
Yeah, bro. Look at this shit. So to me, I would parlay the Jets and the Falcons. I think that's the two teams that I would parlay the most. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Seahawks -2.5 at the Titans.
I got the Titans here.
I like them too.
I know Seattle's fighting for their lives, but emotional wins, man. I don't know. The whole quarterback thing controversy in Seattle got me a little weird. Because Geno's coming back to practice. What do they do to Geno? He got paid $50 million. Drew Lock, what do you do with him? You sit him back on the bench. You just came back and beat the Eagles at home and a must-win game to save your season. What do you do? I don't know. I think they're going to go back to Geno. That's why I like the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans on the money line, but I like the Titans to keep it close. I mean, the Seahawks on the money line, but I like the Titans to keep it close. I could see like a late field goal here or something like that, or just like one of them weird scores.
Titans are fighting for their lives too.
I know, but I'm actually a pretty
fuck with Lil
fan of Levis.
Yeah, he's got some passion around him, dog.
Yeah, he does.
I like it.
Cardinals at Bears. Bears -4.5.
I got the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals are going to win on the road. I think the Cardinals are going to beat the Bears. I have no faith in the Bears, man. Why would I take the Bears, bro? What had they showed me to take them? The Cardinals, I'll tell you what, Cardinals could score. And they do play for Gannon.
They do.
Say what you want.
Yeah, they
Say
do.
what you want about Gannon. I know the Eagles fans hate him. I get it. They play for that motherfucker. They do. Yeah. The Cardinals are a competitive team. I know the record doesn't show it. I know the record is what it is. But they have been a competitive team all season long. I like the Cardinals here.
I kind of do too. I'm taking the Cardinals with you on the money line. I really do like them. And I just feel like I don't believe in the Bears.
No, I don't either.
I just don't. And that's what it boils down to. Yeah. I don't believe in the Bears.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cardinals are playing hard for Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Kyler's been playing pretty decent ball.
Yeah.
He's okay, but he's been playing pretty decent.
Patriots at Broncos. Broncos -6.5.
I got Denver here both ways. Denver's a hard place to play. I think Russ Cook's in this game, actually.
Against against the Patriots defense?
Yeah, I think so. I think Russ is going to do really well.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Broncos, but I'm taking the Patriots with the points.
It's hard to play in Denver, man. It's really difficult. It's really difficult.
I don't even know why I just said that. I'm taking the Broncos both ways. I will never bet the Patriots. With Bailey's I'm not doing that.
It's hard about the I just realized I took all favorites. Except for the Titans.
NFL. Yeah.
Okay.
Regular.
Whatever.
Regular.
Welcome.
Raiders at last one before we get out of here. Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs -6.5.
Well, for that, I'll take the Raiders.
Chiefs are going to blow.
No, I'm kidding. I got the Chiefs both ways. It's not even a question. I'm sorry. That point spread is wrong. That point spread is -10.
I thought that was right.
My bad. That's a misprint on me, so I apologize. Chiefs are -10 at home against the Raiders. I got the Chiefs both ways.
Same. All right, guys, that concludes episode 187. Thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas from P&I. Nick, take it away.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We will be back next week, so be sure to tune in. We want to wish you guys happy holidays from our family to yours. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms, as you do not want to miss our daily content on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Merry Christmas.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. Why y'all